Activists today turned in tens of thousands of signatures to get recreational marijuana on the South Dakota ballot come November. While they still have to get the Secretary of State's office to validate their signatures, it appears they likely succeeded in getting it on the ballot. Austin Goss was there for the petition drop-off and has our story from the Pier newsroom.
For the second election in a row, South Dakota voters will once again be weighing in on recreational marijuana. Activists for recreational marijuana turned in about 25,000 signatures, roughly 19,000 of which they verified. That is well over the limit of the roughly 17,000 required to get the measure on the ballot. Like every ballot measure, the Secretary of State's office will now review the signatures to make sure that, amongst other things, the signatures come from registered South Dakota voters, are legible, and not duplicates.
We are confident that we're going to qualify, but of course we have to allow the process to go forth with the Secretary of State's office, and we look forward to hearing official word that we're on the ballot for November.
Getting those signatures took a lot of time and manpower.
We quickly got involved in every way that we could, providing office spaces, parking lots for petition drive-throughs, and I personally went out and collected signatures. I think it's what we need to do to have a successful cannabis industry in South Dakota. We need to make sure our product is taxed and regulated and available to all adults who could benefit from it.
Now, activists say they'll turn their focus to defeating Amendment C in June, for fear that it could somehow be used against them down the road.
The last thing we need is another rule that can be weaponized by politicians and taken to courts that will result in deeply unjust rulings like the one we saw in Amendment A. And that's one of my biggest problems with Amendment C, is that I think it is ripe for litigation and abuse.
The general election will take place on November 8th. In Pier, I'm Austin Goss.